So I recently got frostbite. Let me tell you what happened, how it caught me off guard, and what I should have done to avoid it.
We were hiking the lowest to highest route, which ends at the summit of Mount Whitney. It had snowed right before the trip, and we previously didn't have a ton of mountaineering experience.
We figured we'd make it halfway up the mountain and then just turn around when we hit deep snow and call it good, but the snow really wasn't as bad as we thought, so we said, hey, let's go for it.
We returned to town to pick up snowshoes, ice axes, crampons, and then headed back up.
As we climbed the mountain, the snow was soft and powdery, but our snowshoes kept us on top of it.
11,000 feet.
But then we got to a very steep, very long ascent, so we switched to our crampons. Our feet were submerged in the snow for about 2 hours, and they were cold.
When we finally got to the top of the climb, we set up our tent and took off our shoes to warm our feet up. I couldn't get my shoes off. My sock had actually frozen to the inside of my shoe and it was stuck. When I finally got it off, my feet were just insanely cold.
The next morning, we headed down out of the mountains instead of continuing to the summit. We were cold and elevation sick, but didn't realize we had done any damage.
In bed almost 12 hours post-trip, I still couldn't feel my big toes. I had clear blisters where they were numb, and sure enough, that's mild frostbite. It's been about 2 months since we finished this trip, and only now has complete feeling returned. I'm actually really lucky we turned around when we did. If we had kept going to the summit, it would have been about 4 more hours in the cold, and that could have meant severe frostbite instead of the mild case I got.
So the lesson: in shallow snow, our waterproof shoes kept our feet completely dry. But in the deep snow, our gaiters completely failed us, and snow was going right over the top and into our shoes. We had used summer gaiters, which are designed for dust and rocks, not snow.